Hey, what's up guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. Today I just want to show you a couple things, a couple pickups first, and then we'll also get into these guys back here, which is the PEAK TP9 II. It's Tony Parker's second signature shoe, official signature shoe with the brand. So the first thing I wanted to get into was this brand called Street Smart. Street Smart is a brand that is owned by a friend of a friend, if that makes sense. So my friend's friend owns this brand, and basically if you're into tagging, graffiti, street art, things like that, this is the place for you. They have clothing as well as street art, graffiti items. So they got markers, notepads, spray nozzles, colors, all this kind of stuff. I used to do this kind of stuff back in the day, but I got in a lot of trouble one time, and so since then I've never really done it again. It cost me my first job. If you watch one of the Ask Nightwing videos, I don't know which one it was, but I had mentioned that I'd gotten fired and it was for tagging. So the first thing that they sent over is this crew neck, and I think that this is pretty sweet. Everything is individually wrapped and labeled, which is nice. And this is just a crew neck, but it's a thinner, softer cotton with just a screen print, and then it says Street Smart, but emphasizing the art portion. Because to some, at least it's a little bit more accepted now, but when I was younger, graffiti was like taboo, and nowadays a lot of people do actually see it and consider it art, which is nice. So as long as you're doing it the right way, like legally, and in places that allow it, that have it for display, I guess, in public, then that's great, but otherwise just keep it in your notebook. This shirt's pretty dope too. You can see the spray nozzle, which is what this is for the spray can, and then it says Street Smart. Again, art is emphasized, so it is not just graffiti, but it is actually art. And down here it's got a little label with that same nozzle on it, which is dope for just some extra color. I like it when brands do this. It just gives a premium vibe to it, in my opinion. And then lastly, we got some socks. This kind of stuff a lot of people like nowadays. I'm not too into socks, but I know that this is something like maybe Crispy would like, Mr. Crispy Coil. If you don't know who he is, you need to check him out on YouTube. Real funny dude. But it says Street Smart on the base of the sock, and then the entire thing is filled up with little spray can nozzles or tips, and all that stuff. So I think this is really cool. If you're interested in any of that stuff, link is going to be in the description box below. And now we have the TP9 II. This is, again, what I was saying earlier, his second signature shoe with the brand. He had one PE model, which was the Team Lightning. He's had a Team Signature, which was not a signature, but it's a team shoe with his name on it. It's confusing. And then he's got the actual signature model, which is what you see him wearing in games. He's actually been wearing this pair, or not this pair, but like this shoe, for the new NBA season. So let's go ahead and get close up with these guys. Alright guys, so here they are real quick. Hopefully you can see them. I don't typically like reviewing black colorways because it's hard to see little details in them. These actually in pictures, they don't look as nice as they do in person. The TP9 I thought looked great in pictures, and then when I saw them in person, when I finally got a pair, I was like, yo, these are really sick. And this one I was kind of like, I don't know, these are kind of weird looking, but from this angle, I don't know what it is, but this just looks clean to me. I don't know why. I really like it. So, but yeah, that's just my opinion. It's definitely a more plain design than the last model, but they've also incorporated things from like that Team Lightning shoe that most people liked, including myself, and then upgraded them a little bit. One of those things is the upper. So the upper in the TP9 was a full-on synthetic fuse. It was a little stiff for some. I thought it was pretty fine, but some people just really don't like that material. However, I do really like when they do panels and overlays, which is what this is. So this is similar to the Team Lightning. So I do prefer this, even though I did like the TP9 I. This is something that I prefer a little bit more. So this is more of like a rubbery fuse. Pull out the insole, or not the insole, the little cardboard. But it's like a soft fuse. It doesn't really need breaking time. So this is going to be nice. It's going to be contain your foot, and it's also going to be durable. And the overlay materials have just this like checkered looking pattern. It's not really a carbon fiber look. I don't think, but you know, some people might say that it is, but I don't think it is. And then you can see the number 9 here. This is a heel cup. It's not quite TPU. It's more rubbery. It's definitely hard. This is a harder plastic here, and all that stuff. And you can see the writing back there, which is cool. And then his initials on the side. So Gradient Dual Tech is the cushion system that they use in this particular model. It's something that TP or Tony Parker really likes, and it's something that I actually really like too. And if you didn't know what it is, it's basically a dual density foam system based on pressure mapping of the foot. They've used this before the Kobe 9 came out, so don't say that they're copying. It's not anything new. You know, I mean, this kind of stuff or pressure mapping has been going on since the early 2000s, so it's not anything new. In fact, this is just a more efficient way of implementing cushion, giving it to you right where you need it and lessening layers and structure where you don't. So you can see that there's different density foams. This is just rubber, but they're mapping it out what it looks like inside. If you guys remember the TP9 I, if you want to go check that review, the outsole here was clear because they wanted to showcase this. This time around they've just gone with a straight solid rubber, so it should work a lot nicer on more court conditions. They still showcase the tech just because that's their thing. It's their gimmick. So this is what they want to show you to try to entice you to, you know, be interested in the shoe. Now in the heel they actually have a little window right there, and that's the foam itself. So that whole thing, that's what it is under there, and I think that's pretty cool. The thing that I like the most about it though is that the entire rubber, or the entire outsole, is just straight up rubber. It's aggressive herringbone, and it's just all over the place. This stuff is awesome. So I cannot wait to play in these. I really like the TP9 I, and it's actually in the top 10 that I'm getting prepared to upload soon. Top 10 for the year. It says Tony Parker right here as well. And one of the things that I really like about PEAK is that they don't skimp on the insoles. And that's a pet peeve of mine. A lot of brands do this nowadays, and these guys have really nice, thick, padded insoles that, you know, most brands just don't use anymore. So you can see here, you can see the little pads of cushion and support just built in throughout. And I just think that's awesome. It's a really great touch, and I absolutely enjoy it. As far as sizing goes, sizing in PEAK for me is a little bit awkward. These are US size 9.5, and they fit like a size 9 pretty much. There's a little bit of extra room, but not too much. My toe is like right there. I do prefer it to be a little bit closer, but my my foot still fits pretty well in them, so I'm not too bummed about that. And that is pretty much everything. Just a quick look, kind of first impression, just going over their tech and features. I wish that this was a different color just so I could show you the details a little bit better, but hopefully you can see all the nice overlays and design features that they put in the shoe. Something I didn't even see before was that they put that logo in the tongue there. It's kind of cool. So comfortable in my opinion. Gradient Dual is one of those cushions where you don't really feel it too much, but you don't feel much of anything when you're done playing either, which is great, especially for someone like my age, where like I put a lot of wear and tear on my legs. Usually after games, when I can feel pain and soreness, fatigue, that's when I know that the cushion isn't quite up to par. And Gradient Dual, I never feel that. So I really do enjoy the cushion system, even though it's not quote-unquote responsive in terms of you actually feeling it work, but it does work and I like it. If you were interested in these guys, there's going to be a link in the description box below of where I got them from. It is an eBay seller that sells legit PEAK merchandise. So if you guys are interested, you can go ahead and see what they got in your size, or you could just wait for the performance review and see if you're going to want a pair then. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all your support. Make sure to stay tuned to my site, WearTesters.com. And until next time, guys, have a good one.